What? What do you want? Tried that once. It didn't work out. Prefect Mu Hong pledged his daughter Mi Shan to me after I cleared his district of bandits. She wasn't ugly, so I agreed. The night of the wedding feast, I got more than a little drunk, and in the morning I woke up in the prefect's bed, next to the prefect's wife. I got up and went into my bride's room, and there was a strange man in her bed. I killed the bastard and was about to kill her when Mishan came into the room yelling. Apparently, I had just killed her sister's husband and was about to kill her sister. I tried to tell her it was an honest mistake, but she wouldn't hear it. The brother-in-law's family was pissed, and so was the prefect when he found out about his wife. They tried to subdue me so they could send me to prison. I killed them all swiftly. None of them suffered. Still, Mishan wouldn't leave with me. She kept crying and complaining about her family. Family life just isn't for me. Whatever.
Alright, so we have a few more things to do before we head off to Chapter 4 and start trying to get some answers from the Emperor. We can't really talk to anybody except for that little story from Black Whirlwind. Everybody else is sort of done with their conversation trees for now. But I am fully good. Thought I'd point that out. I maxed out Open Palm at some point. But, before we leave, we do have a few more configurations to make in the furnace, so I do want to finish that side quest before we go. You have the configuration of the dragon and the tiger. I'm gonna make both of them, because I do have the fuels. The sulfurous water for the configuration of the dragon, the bar of nickel iron for the configuration of the tiger. I'm pretty sure, what does this one need? The rabbit. Let's just take a read here. A small stone with medical runes. Could that be the cow bazaar? I don't know. Really couldn't be anything else, could it?
Yes, yes, what can I do for you? Busy, busy. No time for chatty, chatty. Yes, yes, I am eager to return there. No, I have not had... I think I'm out of scraps and notes. Still, something about the movement of the furnace prompted me to scratch this down. I hope it helps. Certainly.
So I know I haven't really looked at any of Kang's notes about the furnace, but they just give you hints about where all the configurations are and things like that. Which you don't really need if you know where they are, like I do, so, you know. So the configuration of the dragon. We need to use the tiger button, cauldron, the cogs, and the water and fuels with sulfur. Alright. This is a pretty straightforward configuration to make. They didn't really hide a lot of the ingredients in a really long thing of text, so let's just activate what we need to do here. Don't need the water wheel. Nope, not the clapper chimney. Not the conductor. Oh, missed the switch. Yeah, here we go, the cogs. I guess I haven't actually used these before because reading this cutscene. Cauldron as well. And now we just have to put the fuel in, press the button. Alright, neat. Don't know what that technique actually does. Let's go take a look. Wow, that's pretty good, actually. I have 700 HP now. Neat. Alright. That's done. Now let's do the tiger. So we need the bar of nickeled iron, the dragon switch, and the cog spinning. But it doesn't really say this super clearly, but we also need to press the conductor. Because it does mention something about lightning, and that's the only machine here that does anything with lightning, so we gotta do that too. They tried to hide it. They tried to be a little tricky with that one, but they didn't hide it very well. Because, well... And where is the prompt for the dragon switch? No, hold on. There it is. Alright, so the last technique was a body increase. This one should be a mind increase, right? No, it's a focus increase. That's a lot of focus. That's pretty good. All of these techniques you get from this place are really nice, actually. So now we just have the configuration of the rabbit. Has to be the Calbazor, right? I mean, that's really all it could be that we need to use here. Lightning and shrouded globe. Well, that's the conductor. And the dragon etchings, the dragon switch. So it doesn't seem really obvious that the Calbazor is the right fuel for this one, but it is. It totally is. It just... The descriptions are kind of riddly. Because, you know, they don't want you to just figure these out in a second, you know? What do we need to do this? Well... Do want the conductor. Did say something about a sphere with lightning on it. Also want the chimney. And we can just head over this way. You'll need the cogs as well. Now I just tossed Bazaar into the hopper. I have an extra bar of nickel iron. I don't think I need that, actually. And then the dragon switch. And there we go. Got a gem that I already have.
Well, you are getting to be quite adept at manipulating this machine. If I were Lord Lao, I'd have made it a bit more obtuse so people work harder for their supper. I'm beginning to think you have learned all of the secrets the furnace has to offer. What? Oh, I'm sure it's nothing.
I always figured he'd end in some kind of explosion.
Well, there's nothing like mortal danger to jog the memory. Anyone up for a flight to the edge of perception? The memories, they are seeping in. I see patterns, schematics, explosions, lots of explosions, and someone seeking rescue. Lord Lao. That's why the furnace is here, why the configurations are spread across the Empire. When it was safe for his tools to be used, it would be safe for him to return. Lord Lao is imprisoned, locked away so his inventions could no longer challenge the works of the heavens. It's an insult to the inventor spirit. We must fly. How does anyone know anything? Reasoning and inspiration, and a direct assault by energies opposed to the use of the furnace. I suppose I should be dead, but it's not the first time. Perhaps I've grown resistant to such energetic assault and surprised my assailant with my resilience. Whatever the case, I have a vision of a new wind map. It goes nowhere and everywhere. We have to destroy the force holding Lord Lao in check. Yes, that would be ideal. Although we will quickly move back into a place like this. This route, I don't think it can be represented on flat paper. We should go now. I do not think the furnace will function again until this is resolved. Yes, yes, what? I am ready when you are for this very serious endeavor. Imagine it. We are about to embark on an effort to rescue the greatest inventor the Jade Empire has known. As dated as some of his concepts are, I look forward to meeting him. Perhaps I can suggest some improvements. Prepare yourself. This route is much stranger than any I have seen before. Clearly, we are not bound for a terrestrial location.
So we have to go and save Lord Lao now in another flyer mission here. So you don't really need any of the powers here except for Dragon's Wrath. You really want to bring one that just does a lot of damage to everything on the screen, and Dragon's Wrath is pretty much that embodied. Let's also go with Mirage. Mirage is basically like Radiant Aura, but it's better, maybe? I don't know if it's actually better, but it's supposed to be better, I guess. It's upgraded, right? So in this mission, we just fight weird orbs and shapes. It's like Kang said, we're not really going anywhere you could represent on a map. And the enemies in this level don't really have supremely predictable patterns, but Dragon's Wrath is pretty great.
Very strange. We're on the trail of something nasty.
Dragon's Wrath just pretty much kills everything on the screen, but you want to save it for the end of this mission, because it does actually have a boss at the end of it. I need this so badly, hold on, there we go.
Lord Lao better appreciate this. I'll want a celestial wrench for my trouble.
So Mirage is kind of the same as Radiant Aura, except instead of ships not being able to hurt you,
I'm a little worried.
they just go through you instead. They don't do any damage, which is why it's the same, but here we go, we got a boss, which you can just completely ruin as soon as he gets on screen with Dragon's Wrath. And you want to do that, because this guy takes a while if you don't do this. There. You usually have to destroy all the other orbs before you can get to the center one, but there you just can take them all out at once and get to the center one and beat him.
Well, I'm not sure where we crossed from the living world to the celestial, but we seem to have made it back in one piece, and with startling revelations, too. Yes, we need to discuss what was discovered. Yes, well, it seems the entity holding the memories of Lord Lao is vanquished. The great artificer was imprisoned for insulting heavenly works. Unjustly, I might add. He is free. He is somewhat disoriented by the process. Oh, and there is perhaps something else you to be aware of. He is me.
That is the most laughable thing I have ever heard.
I suppose I should have been more concerned with having no memories before the last few decades, or a century. Come to think of it, I guess I'm pretty old. There was always so much to do. It never seemed to matter where I was from. I'm not even sure what I did to earn this fate. I must have stepped a little above myself and angered the celestial bureaucracy. In the time before their wrath filtered down, I built the furnace to point back to myself. I don't think I'll give them cause. I like it here. So many things to build for so many small problems. All the interesting big-scale things are already built. And I have an interest in seeing your endeavor through to the end. For curiosity, you understand. And I could possibly improve the yield of the furnace. I brought 2 unspoiled gems from our flight to rescue, me in the void. The eyes of the void. Or the glare of the jerk that locked me up or something. Very volatile fuel. With my new understanding of the furnace, you now have a configuration unrivaled. But there is risk. Combined with this fuel, it may damage the furnace. So, continue using the furnace as it is, or risk its functions on the most powerful effect it can produce. Well, if I built it, and I guess I did, I'd fix that restriction first. The rules of inspiration defy such logic. That is why a single flyer is greater than many, and duplicates devalue the whole. The furnace is what it is. I'll make something better, but adjusting this one will require monumental effort. It is not designed for adjustment. You have found quite a number already. I don't know that there are many more to find. Certainly.
So we get the final two configurations and the fuel for the configurations, but we can only use one of them, because using one will break the furnace. And these two configurations are really good, actually. Especially the rat. The rat is the one you actually want to go with. Because the rat gives you plus 25% damage to all your martial styles, while the goat just gives you plus 3 to all 3 of your stats. Which is, you know, that's not bad, but 25% damage to all martial styles, that's really good. We're gonna go with the rat. No sharks, huh? No sharks. Right, yeah, this is just a clue to where configurations are. I'm actually looking at these now, but I already got them, so whatever. And here's the goat. You shouldn't do the goat, but, you know, if you want to do it, it's fine. It's kind of a bad decision to do the goat, though, really. I mean, the plus 3 to the stats you get, you can do that with gems. You can just, you know, you can just combine a bunch of gems and get that, but, you know, if that's what you want to go with, it's your call. You're playing this game and you go for the goat. Fine, I guess, whatever. We're going to use the furnace one final time and brew up the configuration of the rat. So Kang is Lord Lao. I guess we shouldn't really be surprised. It's kind of obvious, isn't it? A little bit. Little bit. Right, yeah. So the rat does need a lot of the machines in the furnace to function properly. But that's fine. Just pop in the eyes of the void, which of course will fit perfectly into the hopper. You really shouldn't be surprised anymore, Ming. Everything has fit perfectly. And then finally, the dragon button. So the furnace becoming completely broken is just the switches break in half. You'd think you'd still be able to pull those. I mean, you wouldn't have as much leverage, but you'd still be able to pull those, wouldn't you? Put your back into it, Ming. You can still pull those. So yeah, strength of the bull. Just a bunch more damage to martial attacks. That's really nice. As long as you actually use martial style. But now we're done with the furnace.
A most intriguing place.
I broke it, Kang.
Very well. In the meantime, I will try to see if I can learn anything more about this interesting machine. I can always bring us back here later.
So that is it for the furnace. We have finished pretty much everything that we could have done before heading to Chapter 4. Really nothing left. Just have to leave. And point of return and take the first steps towards the endgame here in Jade Empire. Also, I'm a really good guy, so I have a different idol when I stand still for a while. Yes. So next time, we're going to start Chapter 4. Head to the palace. See you then. Take care.